So I'm going to be launching something today that I'm really excited about that I'm going to be calling What If Wednesdays. And the idea is that every Wednesday I will come to you through a video blog like this and challenge you with a what if question that will hopefully inspire you and encourage you in your walk with the Lord. So I thought it perfect for me to start today with something that actually wasn't planned, but I had a great breakfast meeting this morning with a young woman by the name of Dina Urig, and I really would encourage you to go onto Instagram and look her up under Anchored Press. I met Dina about a year and a half ago at a Bible study, and she was just at the beginning stages of dreaming about making a planner, a Christian planner filled with Bible verses and scriptures. And after a year and a half, she's already published one and is working on the next one. And it's just a beautiful testament to God really blessing her and giving her this amazing idea and then opening doors for her. And it was just really encouraging to hear about her journey and her walk with God through this season. And I was sharing with her some of my exciting ideas and the areas in which I feel like the Lord has called me to write and speak and really encourage people to live their faith out in real tangible ways. And I was expressing kind of some of the doubt that I've come up against, like questions of like, who am I? I'm not a real author. Who's going to listen to me? What do I even have to say? Maybe I misheard God. Maybe this isn't my calling. Maybe I'm getting ahead of him and trying to make things happen. And she was really kind of encouraging me in those questions. And she posed to me a brilliant question that she had actually come up with previously. And she said, what if our way out of God's calling for our life? She had been reading Exodus 4. And in Exodus 4, we learn about how God called Moses and told him that he was going to be the one to lead the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt. And he told Moses that he wanted him to go to Pharaoh and ask Pharaoh to let the people go. And of course, Moses came up with all the reasons why he wasn't the one that would be qualified for this position. I have a speech impediment and no one's going to listen to me and I have no authority. And, he in Moses 4:1, he says, Moses protested again. What if they won't believe me or listen to me? What if they say the Lord never appeared to you? So he's filled also with all of these doubts and these what if questions. What if this or what if that? And then God says to Moses, he asks him, what is in your hand? And of course it was a shepherd's staff. And I just love this idea that even someone like Moses, who's just like a pinnacle of faith, had done amazing things for God and leading the Israelites out of bondage and slavery. Even Moses doubted himself and wondered, what if it doesn't work? What if I misheard God? And all God does is ask him, what's in your hand? And so for me, if I'm wondering what is in my hand, I believe it's that God's asking, what are your qualifications? What are your natural abilities? What are the talents that I gave you? And how can you use that to glorify me? And I really believe that God has gifted me with the ability to write and to speak and to encourage and teach and inspire others to a deeper walk. And so I'm excited about the series of What If Wednesdays and really asking you pointed questions to challenge you in your faith and challenge you in your walk. So today the question for you is, what if we what-ifed our way out of God's calling for our life? What would that look like at the end of time when we stand before the Lord and he asked us what we did with what he gave us? Will we have an answer? Or will we just tell him we were afraid that we misheard him or we had doubts and we didn't think we were qualified? God loves the person who is weak and humble and unqualified. That's the person exactly that he wants to use for his glory. Because in our weakness, he is strong. So I'm going to press forward in believing that God has called me to write and to speak. And I challenge you to think about what if your way out of God's calling for your life. See you next Wednesday.